Hi, Ghost Keyboard here. Today we are going to do a gaming review of the GMKtec Evo T1. I have already made an AI review of this mini PC model, but today I want to focus on the gaming performance of this ultimate Intel mini PC, and especially its gaming performance through its Oculink port via an eGPU setup with my RTX 4080 Super. The GMKtec Evo T1 is a benchmark king. As you can see in this Cinebench benchmark chart, the Intel processor of this mini PC is sitting atop the silicon throne, so we have here an extremely powerful mini PC built with the latest Arrow Lake 3nm manufacturing process. It got 16 CPU cores with 16 threads with an impressive 5.4 GHz clock speed. The RAM is DDR5, but here the RAM is not limited to 5600 MHz, like you will see on 99% of DDR5 mini PC models, because the Evo T1 can support a higher 6400 MHz RAM modules. In performance mode, this powerhouse CPU can pull up to 80 watts. GMKtec is one of my favorite mini PC manufacturers. I like the fact that they have budget mini PC from as low as $169 for an Intel N-series model, and up to $1,000 high-end mini PC, like the one I am reviewing today. If you are interested in getting the Evo T1, you can check their official Amazon link or check directly on their website. I will leave the links in the video description. In today's test, we are going to use the Evo T1 Oculink port, which delivers amazing performances to an eGPU setup like the one I am going to use for this review demonstration. The Evo T1 has plenty of USB port with notable 2 USB 4 port at 40 gigabits per second speed. This is an extremely fast port for transferring files. But today, test is showcasing the Oculink port, which is my favorite feature in a mini PC input-output selection, because it allows me to tremendously upgrade the GPU performances of my system. Before unleashing the gaming tests, let me drop a quick note on bonus features that might surprise you. The Evo T1 supports not 1, not 2, but 3 NVMe slots for storage upgrade. The Evo T1 is a well-rounded mini PC model. It can be used as a top-tier workstation, video and audio workstation, and take advantage of its powerful CPU and use these extra storage NVMe slots for media hosting purpose. And last but not least, it can run all the cool LLM models locally for free. Stable diffusion, WAN, Flux, all the good stuff with the Intel AI Boost feature of this model. Check my in-depth AI review of the Evo T1 where I showcase the AI power of the Evo T1. So we start this gaming test review with some cool 4K emulation with the Mega Bezel shaders. You can run at 4K retro console emulation with shaders without the eGPU. If you don't know Mega Bezel shaders, I would highly recommend it. Check how beautiful these retro gaming masterpieces can be with shaders. Wonderful. We are going to go through a bit more 4K retro emulation, and then we are going to move to 4K, 11440p ultra-wide, and 1080p test on some AAA games. So I wanted to do a little iGPU test to find the best possible CPU setting for gaming. Intel processors like the ARC 140T use here is behaving differently than some AMD processors. This Intel processor is very sensitive to TDP and CPU clock settings. As you can see, the internal graphic card is way more performant with more watts at performance mode than at 45 watts. Don't be confused here, we are not using the eGPU yet. We are at low graphic setting here. For every game test, I'm going to run the game on the iGPU at first and then move to a side-by-side screen comparison with different display resolution. This setup is so powerful that I was able to test all games at maximum graphics setting without upscaling at the exception of CyberPunk.
I'd say so.
And we start the CyberPunk test with the iGPU test with AMD fidelity upscaling. We are at low settings. And there is no miracle. CyberPunk is hitting hard every iGPUs. However, the game is very playable. Next, in a side-by-side screen comparison, at native ultra setting FPS difference between the different screen resolution is quite significant. 4K is below 60 frames per second. Note that the overall performances of my RTX 4080 Super is very similar, if not better, than what I would obtain with a desktop setup. Next, we are going to play with some setting and push my graphic card with the hardest CyberPunk setting with ray tracing, and we are going to test the Psycho Ultra setting at 1440p ultra-wide resolution. Graphics are already looking unreal with DLSS set at performance mode. We are going to decrease the upscaling setting to quality setting and give away some FPS. It's a done deal as we are with this setup on a high-end gaming system. All settings would just work. We are in the 90s frames per second zone, so we do have some margin to test the Psycho settings and enjoy CyberPunk at its highest visual quality. Now we are moving to Wukong game test, and we start with the iGPU test at low setting. With Intel XS upscaling enabled, I think it is worth mentioning that Intel XS upscaling quality is above AMD FSR with less pixelated image. For a low graphics setting, the quality of the graphic we have here in Wukong is pretty remarkable. Now we are moving to the eGPU test with DLSS turned on and super resolution set to 70. Ray tracing are enabled and graphic quality is set to very high. Surprisingly, in this Wukong test, the 4K resolution and the 1440p ultra-wide resolution have almost identical frames per second. Now we are moving to Stalker 2. This game required DLSS and frame generation no matter what your GPU brand and spec are. For some reason, the game is very pixelated without frame generation enabled. Now we are moving to the Call of Duty franchise, and we are going to review quite a few titles of the franchise. And we start here with Modern Warfare 3 with the iGPU at low setting. We haven't locked 60 FPS in any reviewed games yet, but I am not a religious 60 FPS cultist. As long as the game is playable with no lag freeze, no stuttering, I am fine with the gameplay.
Fire in the hole, stand by.
Now we are moving over our side-by-side triple screen comparison at native extreme setting. That's an easy job for this gaming rig with the Evo T1 and of course the RTX card.
Courtyard to move interior. Hold up here. All teams, Alpha's in position. Copy, Bravo 6.
Charge is hot. Charlie good to go.
Fire in the hole, stand by.
3, 2, 1, execute.
Please, may I ask you to take a moment to hit that like button. Don't hesitate to subscribe. It's free, and it has helped me to find motivation to do those reviews. Thank you for the effort. Now we are testing Black Ops 6, and at this point you should know the drill. We start with the iGPU test at low setting.
Allowies in a black truck. Clear the road. Let's find him fast.
Copy, black truck.
Here, no triple side-by-side comparison display as the 1080p test has been made at a different graphic setting. We are here at extreme setting for this extreme gaming rig.
Target down, target down.
Keep pushing into this. Find him fast.
Copy, black truck. Keep pushing up, baby. Find a loud.
Allowies in a black truck.
Let's do it.
And yet again, another Call of Duty, and this time it's one of the best titles of the franchise with Modern Warfare 2019 edition, and we finally did it. We have locked that 60 frames per second with the iGPU. It's a success.
Got a target.
Sorry, but there is no 1440p ultra-wide test with the eGPU for this title. We are at native extreme setting, and the gameplay and graphics are extremely good. Moving over the last Call of Duty franchise game test of this review with Vanguard, as usual, we start with an iGPU test at super high setting. No, just kidding, that's low setting.
Think we can pull this off?
If we secure the train, we have a chance.
Now we are going to test some older AAA game, but why? Because in 2025, these games are still very challenging when it comes to benchmark, and they are a good source of data for comparison because just like CyberPunk, there are lots of benchmark with these games, but not many with this very mini PC processor. Anyway, God of War is still a problem at ultra setting for many gaming rigs. So we are here at native ultra setting and we are rocking that FPS. Now we are moving to Starfield, which is also part of my channel Classic Benchmark. I am trying as much as possible to test the same games in all my reviews with the same gameplay to create legit comparison data. So you basically can pick any of these reviewed game benchmark, watch another review of my channel, and do a fair ground comparison. Now, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle at very ultra-native settings, surprisingly 1080p FPS, is really disconnected from the ultra-wide and 4K resolution. During most of the previous game test, you could have noticed that my RTX 4080 Super is pulling close to 100% usage. This is the sign that this eGPU setup is perfect. The Evo T1 is really great with eGPU setup. Its high-end CPU is not bottlenecking the GPU performances even with this 4080 super high-end card. The Intel 285H can support PCIe 5. Unfortunately, the Evo T1 has not provided PCIe 5 connectivity for this model. I would have loved to see a PC5 optional eGPU connection via an NVMe slot. Forza Horizon 5 is another classic of my channel. I am testing this game and this very race in all my reviews. I have played that same race for hours, if not days. We are finishing this review with some cool Minecraft test with Patrick's 256 texture pack, and with several shaders with the unmatched Zeus PTG-IH-RR3. If you are still watching this video until now, it would be fair to give that video a like and leave a comment. A simple hello is always welcome. There is nothing more depressing for a YouTuber to read no comments under his videos. Thank you to everybody who will make these efforts.